Valley. They had a big night, I understand, last night at the Stable. Walker Valley Volleyball defeated Ray County in 5 sets, and girls soccer, Bradley over Eastridge, 1-0. Well, officially, let's welcome Shane Brown, Westwood Baptist Church. And you were here a couple of weeks ago talking about this event, but it's this Saturday. Tell us
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So coming up this Saturday, we are partnering with Smoky Mountain Children's Home out of Sevierville, and we'll be doing a foster care awareness recruitment event. It's going to be hosted at our pavilion area behind the church, and the time is 1 to 4, so no signups needed. You can just show up. We're going to have food trucks available, snacks, all kinds of bouncy houses and things for kids. So it's really just an opportunity for Smoky Mountain to just raise awareness in our community about the need for foster families. And so while they are in Sevierville, they of course are spread out throughout the state. And so one of the things we're looking to grow is we're growing our number of Cleveland families, because currently we're the only Cleveland family are with Smoky Mountain Children's Home. We have some in Chat, but and a couple that are a little bit further away from here, but we'd really love to be able to grow the number of families who are fostering here in Cleveland. So, yeah.
Shane Brown with us, Westwood Baptist Church. What are some of the reasons that you hear that people decide to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. That they decide to do this or decide not to do this. Yeah. Both and, right? When people decide, here's what we know. We know that not every family is called to have kids in their home through foster care. However, we do know that every person's called to care. So that's our philosophy. And so there's something everyone can do. We do hear a lot with families who do this. There are a lot of families who foster because they don't have their own children. And so for whatever reason, God is just that's not been part of their plan. And so this is a great way for them to love on other kiddos. Really, a lot of it is just a call for, knowing that kids oftentimes don't have a voice. And so the adults step up and become that voice for them. And so we realize that when both, if it's a married couple and they're on board together, or a single individual, which again, that's oftentimes a misnomer, that if you're not married, you can't foster. Those are oftentimes some of the best foster placements is single parents, who want to raise kids and help with that. And so, and then I think we also hear the opposite of why people say they don't want to do this, because, we all know it's the fear of the unknown. Now, my wife and I will tell you is, we say this all the time to anyone who's interested. Fostering is not for the faint of heart. You've got to be willing to really put yourself out there, because it's an up and down. You just never know from day to day what's going to happen. It tugs at your heartstrings majorly. Everyone always asks us, I don't know that I could do this because I couldn't send them back home. And so I say, absolutely, but that's part of the process. And so in that process, you've got to be prepared for that. And you've got to be prepared for what the reason for foster care is. Foster care is about reunification. That's the goal. It's not about us keeping kids forever. It's about us being able to get parents in a stable place so that we can send them home. And so we go in with that mindset that these kids are not ours. They're ours for a season, and they're going to eventually go back to their parents. And that's what we want to encourage. That's what we want to celebrate. That's what good foster parents want to be able to do, to send them back to safe places that are in a better place than they were before they came into custody. So, but yeah, there's lots of things there.
It's going to be a big event at Westwood Baptist Church this Saturday. So Shane, if you will, just to repeat the details. Of course, we've always known and loved the Smoky Mountain Children's Home, and such a wonderful, wonderful place. Yes. Lots of history there.
Absolutely, yeah. They've done a lot of great work in our community and across the state. Smoky Mountain is the reason we have our son, and so we're very thankful for them. But so we'll be there Saturday from 1 to 4 at the Westwood Baptist Pavilion. If you come into the front of the church on our new 4-lane highway, then come around to the back of the church. And up by the in the grassy area behind the baseball field, you'll see the pavilion area. So
here's the deal: you should name a portion of that for either me or my daughter Reagan, because That's one of the areas, one of the parking lots where she learned to drive.
Well, let me tell you, if you any day that you show up at Westwood Baptist Church during the week, especially, I guarantee you there's at least one car in the parking lot that a teenager is learning how to drive.
We would meet others there,
Yes.
and of course, I'm
Yes.
only saying this publicly because Paul Davis would have wanted a donation back then. But anyway, hey, again, if people wanted more information prior to Saturday, what should they do?
Yeah, so a couple of things. You can look up Smoky Mountain Children's Home on Facebook. You can reach out to me at Westwood. You can call the church number, or you can email me, sbrown@westwoodlife.org, and we'll be happy to provide you with some information about what you can expect. And again, hey, and you know what? We're open to talking to families. We've got one family already who reached out and said, we'd love to talk to you guys about foster care. So, hey, we'd love to be able to share, some questions or thoughts or comments or whatever. So we love getting folks connected to that. So,
Jane, great.